avoid being easy prey using the FXSSI.com indicators for MetaTrader 4. And let's go to the address. There we go. And then we go to, once you're authenticated and logged in, go to MT4 Products, click Sentiment, scroll down, and there's your ratios. Essentially, it don't have to be a very particularly long video. What it's saying is it's telling us the dumb herd positioning over time. Now this is a very, very cruel but yet classic case of the retail sentiment and price being negatively correlated. For example, my FX book, MFB, they went long this particular instrument up here, and they held on, and they held on. They went long, and it fell. They sold, it went up, so it's fair play for those guys. But see what happened here, they went long again. At this point, it fell, and after this period of time, they've been so chopped up by the market that we've then entered a consolidation zone, and they're now the majority are in a state of fear and worry, and they just think, well, should I just get out? Because simply, surely it's going to continue to fall. We broke a multi-year low. I mean, just hypothetically speaking, I don't actually know what happened here, but something might have happened or some news event, and they're like, oh, well, actually, maybe we should get out. So they start selling it, and then they really sell it. And at that point, we just zoom up. And so it just tells us that it's completely engineered to screw the majority. And these poor guys, they just lost money, and they might have had a little bit of recompense on a little bit of these moves, but inevitably the majority got hunted down and they lost. And there's that move. So this is why we want to look at the ratios over time. So it's just going to be a quick one. There's not that much to say really, but it's just to say do use it. I wholeheartedly recommend that you have this particular indicator on your charts, simply because we can use it for signals, which is what we do, but you can also see the movement of dumb money, and it's just reassuring to know that we are on the right track as well. They are saying that the 6%, 40% region are good entries for sell, and then the good entries for buy. The 50% line is the natural divide between majority and minority. So at that point, that's when the bias is formed. But they're saying to wait after 50%, because 50% can maybe chop, as you might have seen already. They're saying to wait after 60, and then we can come down, and then we buy at 40. So it's just these guys get screwed, these guys get screwed, and then we come up, and then it just goes on for infinity until they get blown up. And so this is what they're recommending: 60%, 40% rule. It could be good, it might be worth a look at, for your testing, back testing and stuff. The cool thing is with the indicators that you can get a history, so you can go back in time and see how things actually unfolded. Don't forget to use that QuasiDB code, because that gives you the ability to get the Pro product with the history, and that gives you a discount as well. Long-term signal, so they're saying, so for example, you'd want to avoid this consolidation area, which is what we're seeing in dollar Swiss right now. It's very sideways, and quite a few pairs are actually very sideways. So we want something to shift the sentiment in order for it to move out of its range. Now, for some reason here, let's just say hypothetically that this is the Euro USD, and at some point something happened to cause them to go long. Whatever it was, it might have been something that perhaps Draghi might have said, or someone from the ECB, or it could have been something out of the White House, or we don't know, but something happened here that really caused the retail guys to go long. And at that point, we can see how price, it goes up to tease them, then it falls, up again, then again, and then again. I think it could be doing like a 5-wave thing there, so it's really pulling the wool over their eyes, and they might just be breaking even but inevitably what happens, we're seeing a big fall because of the momentum behind that dumb herd position and that liquidity. Because you think about it, we are talking like millions and millions, tens of millions of dollars behind these moves, and so that's just like easy money. If you can force price to go the way you want it to go, then that's quite easy money. And then obviously these guys get absolutely slaughtered. And so really, there's not that much to say. Just use it on your chart. That's what I recommend. You feel free to not use it, but I'd recommend that you do. See how's the position and the price inversely correlated. I just talked about that. These icons, I used the average line, but you could perhaps use combinations of them. There's Awanda, IG Group, Dukas Copy, Saxo Bank, MyFX Book, Forex Factory. I noticed that Saxo Bank are quite accurate, so it might even be worth taking them off. But you'd have to do some back testing yourself. I just used the average line. I think it sort of makes sense, really. It's a bit cleaner on the chart as well. So yeah, just remember I was saying about the subscription plan is that if you do get the Pro, then you can get lots and lots of historical data to check how accurate things are, and that's then deselecting the brokers. And as you know, the Google sheet that we use just uses MFB, so you'd be wise to get the FXSSI indicators because you've got visibility of the others. So it's all well and good relying on this, but it'd be nice to get the average from the others. And yeah, so that's just some stuff that they're saying that Awanda, MyFXBook and IG, they're heavily weighted into the equation, and they've actually ignored Saxo Bank. So it sort of reflects to what I was saying, is that they might be quite good as a herd, the Saxo Bank traders and the Dukas Copy. They could be just slightly better than the average, but we know that these guys actually are pretty bad traders. They're new guys. They're like the newbies, and so it's just that's the equation divided by 8 because there's 8 brokers. And yeah, so just a quick one really. If you wanted to change your indicator line width, the average line, just change that to 3. Double click it and click 3 on your keyboard, and that's it. So it doesn't need to be a long video, but I do recommend that you have a look. And see if we were to click that link, I wonder if it would work. There, it should take us to plans. Yeah, see there's the QuasiDB plan, and then there's the longer history at that price using that code. If you wanted to get maximum history, which could be absolutely awesome, depending like how far back in time you want to back test, then that's the option to do. But yeah, so it doesn't need to be a long video, and I'll hopefully speak to you tomorrow. And I hope you liked the introduction splash screen. This is something that we've been working on today. So we had quite a productive day. It's all good, and I'll speak to you soon.